Hello and welcome to this edition of Peak Life. I'm Elizabeth Vaughn. Today we're talking census. So part of doing the census is having the Complete Count Committee. It takes a lot of hands, a lot of work to make this happen. So I have two members, the co-chairs of the Chesapeake Complete Count Committee, Dr. Bearfield and Mr. Tom Cupid. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So census is a really big deal. It's very important. Give me a real quick synopsis. What is it and why should I take it?
Census is taken every 10 years to count the population in the United States.
Yeah.
All the funding from the federal government is based on the census numbers for that particular date.
And we have to count within areas. We don't just do a blanket count because money coming back to cities, for instance, Chesapeake will get money, Norfolk will get money, Hampton will get money, and it's based on the populations within our cities.
So we need to know exactly how many people are living in Chesapeake so that we can tell the government, these are the number of people we have, you have X number of dollars, we deserve this portion of it.
Yes. At stake is $675 billion.
Billion.
Yes, for the entire country.
Okay.
And with an accurate count, we get a part of that money.
And we want that.
Yeah.
What do we use this money for? Anything local we can point to?
Well, schools,
Hospitals.
libraries.
Roads.
So all these important things that everybody wants and needs
Absolutely.
proper access to
Yeah.
is really truly dependent on this 10-year count.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And our government, our House of Representatives, is also determined by the number of people that are living in our city. Our representation is based on that.
So we want that proper representation.
Yeah.
Because if a person is not counted, that's $2,000 a year that the city does not receive. Since the census is only done every 10 years, that equates to $20,000.
Wow.
Yes.
And that's quite a sum.
Can you
Yes,
imagine those
yes.
potholes we could patch and the hospital upgrades we could
and
get?
the schools that
and
we
the
could
school
build.
programs, the
Yeah.
lunches we could feed the kids.
Right.
Yeah. So
Special
very,
ed programs. It's really vital.
Okay. All right. Now, so we know why it's important. It can be a little bit tricky as to who gets counted.
Yeah.
So let's break it down here. Let's have a little Quizlet. All right. I'm putting you guys on the spot. I'm going to ask you some of the tough questions. Do I count this person? All right. Number one, my daughter who is living in a college dorm right now. Do I count her on my census?
She would not be counted if she's actually away at college, living on campus or off campus.
She'd be counted
She
where
would be
she
called,
is.
yes, she'd be counted where she is, where she's using the facilities, where she's driving on the streets or walking or using the parks.
Interesting.
That's where she needs to be counted.
So that's a great way to think of it. So I need to count the people in my household who are in Chesapeake using these assets, using our
roads.
facilities.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
okay, and so if my
Yeah.
daughter is away at college for how many years? I mean, months out of the year, 10 out of 12 or so.
Right.
They're using those assets more.
Yes,
Got
absolutely.
it. All right. Question number two. My roommate who is renting a room from me, would he count on my census?
Yes, your roommate would be counted with you because
Okay.
that person is residing in that apartment with you.
So even
Yes.
though they don't own it or they're not part
Doesn't
of my
matter.
blood family.
They are.
not
That's
matter.
where their feet are planted, and they're using the facilities there.
Excellent. We're going to count them. My newborn baby who was born at 1 a.m. on April 1st.
That child is counted in your residence.
Even if she's still in the hospital.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Because what people, and that's the age where we found that most people don't count their children is from 0 to 4.
Wow.
For some reason, they think they shouldn't count. But you have to remember that the census is only done, as Tom said, every 10 years. That one-day-old child won't be counted for 10 years if you don't count them at that time.
And those are things they're going to be using at school. That
Yes,
counts for
yes,
school.
Right,
If they're 10 years
exactly,
old, they're already
exactly.
busy in the community.
Right,
Exactly.
exactly.
Got to count them. Okay. Question number 4. My father-in-law, who moved in with me since moving out of his apartment in January, would I count him on my census?
Absolutely.
Yes.
He is residing with you. He's in your household. He would be counted
Okay.
as a resident in your,
Yes.
your house.
All right, number 5, something very close to many people in Chesapeake, a military question. My son, who is enlisted in the Navy, living in the barracks on base. Would I count him on my census?
No, you would not.
Let's talk military real
Okay.
quick. How do we handle counting the military?
The military is counted separately. There's going to be somebody from the military who will be handling the counting for them. So
If they live on base.
If they live on base,
Got it.
exactly. Yeah.
And what about, my sister-in-law just got back from being deployed. If she was deployed on April 1st, would I have counted her if she lived in my household the rest of the time?
I don't.
If she, I think if she's deployed,
No,
she's
she's
counted
She's
as of April 1st.
Yeah.
Okay, so as of April 1st, if you have somebody who normally lives in your house and is in the military and is deployed, is off on a ship somewhere, or is now living on the barracks, on base, the military will handle it.
Absolutely.
But if you just have an active service member who's living at home and reporting, to and from the base, you're going to count them
They're
on your
counted.
house.
Yes.
Got it. So
Yes.
it really is a matter of where are you using the resources.
Exactly.
I love that. That's such a good way of remembering it. Where am I using the resources? A big thing that we hear often whenever the government gets involved with anything is, can I trust the privacy of the information? How can I trust that my census information will not be shared?
They cannot access that information for 72 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So-
it's in a lock. It's locked.
Yeah.
Locked in.
There is no way that anybody can access that information
Okay.
who's actually living in your home.
Yes.
So that is secure.
So if the citizenship question comes up, that is not on the census this year.
No.
We are again just trying to find out who's using resources in
That's
our
exactly.
area.
We want numbers. We
Okay.
don't want names.
Okay.
We want numbers. That's the interest for census.
And what if I have, more people in my house than are allowed, or more children than I don't know what those rules are, but so a law enforcement agent can't come
They
in
will
and
not come back to
No.
haunt you.
No. No.
They will not
No.
divulge that information.
No.
this is literally just a count.
A count.
We
That
just want to know how many heads are in
population.
there.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
Don't care how they got there.
Okay.
As long as I like to think of it as if they're using the street, they're walking on the streets, they're breathing the air, and they're right here, that's where they need to be counted.
Because we want those resources,
We
we
want
want that
those.
money, we want that representation.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, let's jump into the when and the how. When am I going to take the census? How do I take it?
Well, letters are being mailed out to residents starting March 12th,
Okay.
so that they can do it online, or they can do it by phone, or they can do it paper pencil. We'd really rather that people do it as soon as they get it online. And we think it should not take longer than the amount of time that it takes to drink a cup of coffee and read the newspaper.
Oh, that's perfect. Maybe
Right.
I'll do both. I'll drink some coffee, take my census. Great. So I should be receiving something in the mail.
Yes.
I'll go online, fill it out. Super easy. What about for those people who struggle with online work? Is there anywhere they can go to get a little bit of help?
Well, they can actually go to our libraries.
Perfect.
Our library managers have been trained.
In
to-
Chesapeake. I'm not sure about the other
Right.
cities, but in Chesapeake,
Great.
all of our library managers, as Mr. Cupid said,
That's
have been
great.
trained, and they're there to assist them.
Wonderful. What happens if you don't take it?
Well, someone will come to your door eventually.
Okay.
You'll
Yes.
be notified several times, and if you don't respond, then we have enumerators
Okay.
or census takers that actually will go out door to door.
Right.
And sometimes people are not very friendly to that notion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, if I'm sitting on the couch watching TV, I don't have to get up and answer
Right.
the door. I'm just going to take the census on my phone.
Yes.
Quick and easy before somebody has to come and ask me to do it.
That's exactly right. You
Yeah.
can do it on your phone,
So
you can do it on
easy.
your laptop, your desktop. And there are only 9 questions, I believe.
Oh, great.
And you can do it really, really quickly, so that eliminates having to have that enumerator come to your door.
That's great. And plenty of different language options if that's a need for
Absolutely.
anybody.
Over
Absolutely.
50 different languages.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we really are making this fail-proof for everybody.
We hope so.
Yeah.
We had a 78% return rate 10 years ago. So we're hoping that with people being allowed to do it online, that we'll get a higher percentage.
We're going to do it.
Yeah.
We're going to get it.
I think we are.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. We're going to remind everybody to go out there, take the census. If you have any questions, I believe we have a website on the City of Chesapeake website, cityofchesapeake.net/census-2020. You can also go to my2020census.gov to take it online, and we hope that you do. Thank you so much for watching this edition of Peak Life. We'll see you next time.